with hope in your heart. That's right, Jerome's. Miss Liverpool FC, the other football team that breaks my heart, got a big-time win yesterday against Arsenal. Slobosai, what's up? Free kick, awesome. Also, they just spent £176 million on some dude from Newcastle. Awesome. Good times. Anyways, happy Monday. Birds are chirping and stuff, and it's time for another Vikings news dump. He sees you when you're pooping. Happy Labor Day out there. Happy September out there. Also, this last weekend was the last weekend without NFL football until February. And also, it's the last weekend without Vikings football till February. Actually, well, there will be a bye week, and then there will be a bye week in the first round of the playoffs, and there will be a bye week in between the conference championships and the Super Bowl. Yeah. But can't wait. Well, obviously, the Vikings start on the road, but can't wait till U.S. Bank Stadium loud and proud. Woo! Good times. Monday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, over across the pond, don't care. Anyone, anywhere, anytime. Bring that on. Right. And also, 3 deep, what was it, 7.0? Something like that. Our guy Eli Corbett, certainly on one here. Adam Jerome, Ezekiel Thielen, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. Doing the, I love it. 3 deep, 2025. It's good. It's like really damn good. Also, Jalen Nailor as wide receiver 4. Why not? It's awesome. And Adam Thielen having the Heroes Welcome, doing the tour, which, by the way, I know that the Twins are out of it, and this is like a not so silent protest against ownership, but boy. But sponsored by Pat Nikolai, which is worse, Pat Nikolai sponsoring everything or the real estate dude, Chris Lindahl? I don't know. But Adam Thielen, lookalike contest. Oh, he wins. I don't see it. Yeah. So it's awesome that he's here. Also awesome is, so got the general idea of his pay cut. So he was due a $6.25 million base salary this year. Pelissero, the Vikings and wide receiver Adam Thielen have agreed to terms on a revised contract, reducing his salary by $2 million and removing $4 million in incentives per sources. This wasn't about money. Thielen wanted to come home and volunteered to help the team's salary cap to make it happen. Because I feel like if he didn't agree to the pay cut, or that wasn't part of the wink nod provision of the trade, I don't know if the trade gets done, because obviously the Vikings have the cap space, but Kwesi's going to work a deal, right? And I feel like that ultimately helped move things along. And plus, if Thielen was very adamant to Dan Morgan that he wanted to move on, props to Dan Morgan, because initially the Panthers were talking to him, oh, you signed the contract and you're going to be here, blah, blah, blah. And then maybe not so much. Also, I have a pimple again. It's on the bridge of my nose. It's annoying. How does a 40-year-old man still get pimples? That's what I want to know. Yeah. Also, interesting thing is that Jalen Coker had a thigh injury suffered on last Thursday in practice. And if Coker, who, fantastic, second-year UDFA out of Holy Cross, was projected to be Thielen's replacement in the slot in the Panthers offense, if that injury happens a day before, this deal doesn't get done. So it's kind of crazy about timing and stuff. And then they re-sign Hunter Renfrow because it's funny. Yeah. Also, speaking of wide receivers, Jeremy Fowler, ESPN, the Vikings are optimistic about wide receiver Jalen Nailor hand playing week 1 versus Chicago, barring a setback per sources. Minnesota envisions a key role for Nailor, especially with Jordan Addison out via suspension. So Nailor, remember, he started the year out with 3 straight touchdowns in 3 straight games last year, filling in for Addison. And I know he's had drops, and this whole shroud of mystery, with his hand/wrist injury. Was there surgery? I kind of feel like there was a procedure. I don't know, but obviously teams aren't required to report injuries in training camp and preseason, all that stuff. But I mean, that's important. Because the Vikings, obviously they want to play heavier, 2 tight end sets, 2 running back sets, but 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers. In the modern NFL, you need that. Air that thing out. So hopefully Nailor can make some hay while Addison is gone. And once Addison gets back, I mean, I think that there still could be a type of role for Jalen Nailor if he seizes his opportunity. Because we were very bullish on Nailor coming into this year, contract year for him. Wants to get paid probably somewhere else, but injuries put him behind the 8 ball, but just remember, no, he had a muscle. We're number 1 now, and number 1 in your hearts. It's going to be good. Yeah. Also good. So this offseason, love to see J.J. McCarthy getting together with, what was it, T.J. Hockenson. I think Josh Oliver's there. I think Jordan Mason was there. And it turns out they're in Nashville, the George Kittle area. And also I think that Hockenson has some property down in the Music City. And Hockenson, lobbying for J.J. McCarthy, make some real estate investments. Vikings tight end T.J. Hockenson said he's trying to persuade J.J. McCarthy to buy a place in Nashville so they can work out and train together in the offseason. It's a beautiful spot, Tennessee is, so we'll see if we can make that happen. And yeah, Tennessee's underrated. So obviously, Nashville is Nashville, but I feel like if you get a place it's sort of near the Blue Ridge Mountains, Shenandoah River, kind of gorgeous. So J.J. McCarthy, chasing that neon rainbow, living that honky-tonk dream. That's what he's going to do. And then eventually, in 15 years, after he's won a dozen Jerome bars in 10 seasons, so we'll beat up 18 Super Bowls in 15 years, McCarthy can join the Titans. There you go. But Tennessee, I actually really like Tennessee. The people are super friendly, as well as no state income tax, as well as beautiful, especially as you're getting towards the mountains. It's good times. There you go. Also, Hockenson. This is great. So Hockenson was talking with Andrew Kramer, Star Tribune, and this is what Hockenson said, quote, "I'm one of the top route running tight ends in the league. I pride myself on creating separation, and you look at it, and that's what I do on Sundays." And Hockenson, especially going back to it, 2024 was sort of whatever. Maybe him and Darnold weren't exactly on the same page. Plus, him coming back from that horrific knee injury, thanks to Derek Joseph, he just wasn't the same in his 10 games in the regular season they played last year. But 2023, man, that really bums me out because through 15 games, he got injured against the Lions. He was on pace for a 100-catch, 1,000-yard season. That's a huge benchmark for help. Not just for a tight end. That's a huge benchmark for any pass catcher out there. But Hockenson in 2023 was 7th in the NFL at 2.04 yards per route run amongst tight ends. And it's true. Like he can get separation. He can read a defense. Once he gets on the same page as his quarterback, he's good to go. Did some good things with Kirk Cousins as well as that quarterback cavalcade in 2023. And obviously you think that the work together with Hockenson and McCarthy is just going to pay dividends, because if you look at my fantasy teams, like I'm kind of in on TJ Hockenson, right? So I actually do think that he comes out, especially with McCarthy's relationship that he's had with tight ends back in Michigan, Colson Loveland, Schoonmaker and whatnot. But I feel like Hockenson is ready to tell all the haters and losers, like, I'm here. I'm here. Plus, Jefferson's going to get double and triple team. Addison's not going to be there the first 3 games. And everything, especially everything off play action over the crosser on the middle. Let's go. Big season for 8-7. It's going to be great. Also, speaking of Jefferson, Jefferson at the Great Minnesota Get-Together over the weekend. Sunisa Lee, Minnesota gymnastics royalty, gold medalist, Olympics, all that fantastic stuff. And Jefferson, just in this photo, we have the GOAT, and then some guy who went to LSU. It's good times, man. But I know that people. So some people got upset that he wasn't signing autographs and stuff. But how many autographs he'd have to sign at the State Fair? Just let the man live his life sometimes, man. Like, Justin Jefferson is fantastic with fans. Just no athlete has to be on 100% of the time. Like, honestly, if Jefferson signed every single autograph at the State Fair, like, actually, if Jefferson sold his autograph for $1 as like a donation State Fair, it would be the busiest booth at the fair, man. Sweet Martha's Cookies ain't got ish on Jefferson's charitable donation autograph booth. I don't know. And also, speaking of Jefferson and Thielen, Vikes fan page, wide receiver Justin Jefferson, on which teammate helped him the most in his career. Am Thielen for sure. He's pretty much took me under his wing. Was my older brother, and this is basically the Splinter Ninja Turtles meme, and then the older Splinter and Ninja Turtles meme. It's exactly what it is. But everyone's back. Roles are kind of reversed because when Thielen left, like, Jefferson was a very, very good receiver, but now Jefferson is the best in the league and on a generational course. Like he truly is. So it's gotta be awesome, man. Plus you can tell like their initial reaction. Yeah, Jefferson on the phone with Thielen doing FaceTime, and Thielen at the press conference talking about Jefferson. Like they got a good relationship, and obviously that's not required, but certainly nice. And it's all stacking up to have a fantastic season. All right. Speaking of fantastic season, so the Vikings. Monday Night Football. Dun, 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 dun. A week from today, September 8th, Soldier Field, JJ McCarthy, Chicagoland, Battle of 2024, first round, top 10 drafted quarterbacks, and here we go. It's going to be great, baby. So this week, Vikings will have practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday, have those injury reports, see what's going on with Jalen Nailor, see what's going on with Harrison Smith. It'll be fantastic. I'm sure Kevin O'Connell will feed the local media jackals at some point this week, probably Tuesday. And we're back. We are so effing back. That's right, man. Anyways, that's it. That's it. Vikings news done for this beautiful, glorious Monday. Happy Labor Day. You guys are the best. Yo, to do Skol, production value. Also, don't blow yourselves up with those leftover 4th of July fireworks. You know who you are.